Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to White Knight, where, I don't know, do we know the main character's name? The protagonist. Let us call him the protagonist. The protagonist of this tale has gotten into a car accident. Notice the pack of matches in the top left corner. Those are the matches that he came in with. In his pocket is a matchbox from Smoke and Mirrors, the same lounge that the singer who seems to haunt this home is from. Anyway, we got into a car accident, almost ran over the spectral presence of a young girl. We came in here for help, and we have found only darkness and ghosts. There seems to be a friendly ghost and a phantom ghost that wants to kill us. And we still seem to be falling apart a little bit. Like, the protagonist has recovered a bit from his accident. But not perfectly. Mother's shadows will never go away. I understand it now. Calling them ghosts would still be too noble. It is a filth that strives in dark like flies on manure. As long as I'm alive, they will never go away. Alright, so we have a name for the phantoms that lurk in the shadows. Mother's shadows. Is that just the mother herself? Is this back to this other room? I think so. Margaret's Diary. Excerpt 19. And this is good old Boston, the home of the bean and the cod, where the Lowells talk only to the Cabots, and the Cabots talk only to God. A Boston Toast by John Collins Bossity. Boston Bram's Anthem. Oh, hello. We got a ghost. A phantom, a shadow. In these troubled times, one would dream about the glorious past of our city, about the founding fathers who built and strengthened its walls. They would be the Boston Brahmins, the bigwigs, businessmen, lawyers, and soldiers whose sense of morality helped draw the lines of the city and gave it soul. And what a soul! Without them, Boston would be one of those many little towns of the East Coast. Thanks to them, in less than a century, it became the major economic, financial, and cultural center we all know. And while we can see those who will build the century to come, the newly graduated from Harvard, symbol of the city's pursuit of excellence, let us keep in mind the spirit of the pioneers, whose clear speech inherited from New England still sings in T.S. Eliot's poems and in the voice of Katharine Hepburn. 8 years ago, Malcolm Nichols resigned from office. He was the last of the Brahmins, the last Republican to hold a mayor's office. But it is still here, this noble blood which built roads, schools, churches, courthouses, and hospitals. An economic crisis, no matter how dire it is, will never wash away their dignity. Oh, hold on. Camera. All right. Ah, spooky. Can we go back? Explore the right side of this room? Who would hang the picture of a headless woman on the wall? Huh. And interestingly enough, the camera doesn't let you look at her. Margaret Vesper, Venta Cross, a woman as noble as cold. Oh, hold on. Is that a shoe? One of the paintings had the name Margaret Venter, the same as the grave outside. That woman's stare was as noble as a frozen lake, and looked just as cold. A high-heeled shoe. Maybe its owner was still around here. A woman's shoe is lying on the floor of a corridor. I chose not to touch it. Something here felt like agony. Alright, we're gonna explore a little bit closer. Margaret and Henry Vesper, two strangers pretending to be married. Nope, let's go. Alright, where haven't I explored yet? That is a... The light is off. Nope, the light is on. Let's save... Should we save our game, or should we try to poke around a little bit more? Let's save our game. Because I'm not entirely sure which room I haven't been in, or what corner I haven't explored. Or whether I need to lure the shadow out of that corner there. In order to get a better look. A boy with a religious dress. I think I've already looked at that. Alright. Got some more matches. Vesper, the landlords for sure, but not a very smiling couple. Yeah, I probably already looked at that. Should we try running past the Phantom? Like luring the Phantom towards us to try to get behind it? Well, let's see where this... let's guarantee that this door goes this way. And it does. The portrait of a woman had been cut with a knife. I think I already read that one. Or I haven't. No, I haven't. These economic royalists complain that we seek to overthrow the institutions of America. What they really complain of is that we seek to take away their power. Our allegiance to American institutions requires the overthrow of this kind of power. In vain, they seek to hide behind the flag and the Constitution. In their blindness, they forget what the flag and the Constitution stand for. Now, as always, they stand for democracy, not tyranny, for freedom, not subjection, and against a dictatorship by mob rule and the overprivileged alike. Oh, an original copy of Debussy's Clair de Lune. What does that mean? What is... What is Clair de Lune? I remember the smell. Cold tobacco, fresh enough to fill the room. The globe was covered with scribbling. We are aware of this. The window had no handle. That is a bit of a peculiarity. Yeah, it does not look like I'll have room. Yeah. To get past her. Who am I? Who is she? And then there's the name Selena. So I have everything, or access to everything I need. The trick is finding it. Huh. There's probably like a chair that I haven't investigated. Or let's take a look at this. Oh, I can just go back here. I could just go back here. Never mind. A log. A good start if I wanted to start a fire. My dear friend, for the lack of sleep erodes your sanity as well as your memory. I hereby decide to put the kitchen key in this book of recipes Father loved so much. It is in the library and won't move from there, which will prevent you from having to make extra keys again. Please start by trying not to lose this note. Your devoted servant, yourself. The menu for the dinner seemed to be a good 20 years late.
Goddamn door. Too heavy for me to breach it. Especially with my bad leg.
If the match was a nuisance, I could put it out by pressing circle button repeatedly. Huh. But I'll probably need the light in order to... The fire could be an ally, but I needed to find some wood. A log. A good start if I wanted to start a fire. Ah, it looked broken and dangerous. W. Vesper, he had the stare of a broken man, a lost soul. William Vesper's Diary, Excerpt 9. It has been a year already since Sarah died of pneumonia, a few months after Winter Stone became disabled following his heart attack. They were my only friends. Today the house is empty, like every day, filled only with my own echoes and these things I don't want to hear anymore. I miss Father so much. I still see him playing by my side. I see him put his hands on the piano keys, humming as he was playing music. I think about leaving, but then I wonder, what would that change anyway? Night is everywhere. She would find me. First, I have to make my big plan come true and learn how to live again. I listened to Jack Hilton's Wonderful You, and I realize I've never had anyone to play with. This is what I need, some company, a companion. The city is so close. I guess it is time to leave. They have electricity and light there. All right. Solitary Suns. Poetry. The last thing I had on my mind. A real microphone. But the girl, was she just a dream? That plate was abandoned to the flies. Can I throw these logs into the fire? Have I not? Have I enough wood? I needed more wood to get the fire really roaring. Am I good on... Still, that would do the trick, but for how long? Long enough? By pressing circle repeatedly, I could break some things open. By pressing the cross button repeatedly. Wow. Reading! Alright, what do we got here? We have Selena Memories. From Selena to William, Excerpt 2. In September 1934, during a concert at the Red Bait, we meet Jim Erziger, a producer whose label Two Roads is becoming prominent. After the show, he tells me I have a marvelous voice and that my Norwegian accent brings something unique to our African-American jazz music. That is enough to get the attention of amateurs and curious listeners. I have to admit that Norwegian jazz singers are not that many, but I can't really believe he would hire us, but he does. He suggests we name the band Selena and the Frozen Sons. I'm to be paid for singing. Everything looks so simple. Dad used to say that anything can grow in California. I feel like a flower finding its way through the snow. But my parents are not happy for me. I think they are homesick, but I am 22. Life is an adventure, and I don't know much about life. I know nothing of pain, for example. Everything changes. Soon I will become a master of pain. What is this? Lipstick, crucifix, astronomy books. Such treasure. Touching that disc was warm and comforting. I felt an urge to listen to it. Let us throw on Selena Smoke and Mirrors Jazz. Onto the gramophone. That music, its mere presence gave me some hope.
It takes eternity to decide what'll be the best side to fall back on, but it won't tell now. No, it won't tell now.
It was her. That girl from the jazz record. Selena Sandvik. The key she left me was an invitation. Was she trying to help me? Or was I heading towards even more troubles? I had to focus. Surviving is a full-time job. Not the kind of job you can afford to lose.
The key was an invitation, but to which world? Is it a key to the library, I would imagine? Because there's already talk about the key to the kitchen in the library. Let's save our game. Have a seat. Relax. Take a load off our steps. Somehow it is still the same night. The outside glistening white, leaves floating by in the never-ending wind. Note to self, the shadows avoid the electric light. Tonight, one of Mother's shadows caught me as I was walking inside the library. That same day, I had someone fix the electrical wiring, which had been out of service for years. In panic, I switched on the light. The shadow vanished in a scream. Electric light kills them. Yeah, so I remember this was a puzzle with that. Flipping the switch didn't do anything. Damn house. Rotten material again. I had to find the source of the problem. And I'm pretty sure I can't go that way. No direct paths. The current crisis is a sickness born from capitalism, from speculation, like a blind madness forged in three great sins. Greed. The wealth of the Great War was jealously kept since 1918 in the safes of those who were wealthy already. and didn't benefit the economy or the people. Lack of experience, a weak economic imbalance was shattered to pieces by the restrictive policies of the Federal Reserve, still too young and unwilling to take bold actions. Fear, by refusing to supply money to the banks in order to encourage spending. The Fed actually was at the origin of the credit crunch, which pushed people to withdraw their money from the banks and, in the end, brought the whole system to its knees. The bleeding would cause the system to fail, the crash to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen. It could have been avoided if someone had enough courage to face the few men who were ransacking America. The people should ask Mr. Hoover where he was when water started flooding the ship. Something sharp caused that split. I need the same tool. A strange, nostalgic feeling caught me as I watched that stare. Alright, I came from this direction. The moon. I would have needed her light here. The moonlight was glowing behind these curtains. These gashed portraits were not my favorite decoration. Her voice is harassing me, blaming me and insulting me because I was not the heir she wanted so much. Margaret is even more harmful in death. And because I'm her son, she has always possessed the keys to my mind. I am desperate. How am I supposed to keep a dead person at bay? Geometrical symbols. These shapes give me a headache. Although my ideas were still very confused, the symbol had an effect on me. That kind of symbol, esoteric, alchemical, was enough to turn someone's blood to ice. Of course, it couldn't be that simple. And so it was. Oh. What am I lighting up now? Something sharp caused that split. These portraits of women, it was like a collection. What is that in the back of the library there? Oh, hold on. William Vesper's Diary, excerpt number 1. In alchemy, the second of 4 cycles leading to the incarnation of the mind in the great work, the Philosopher's Stone, is called white work, albedo, leucosis. During this phase, the alchemist cleans the matter he has been dissolving and charring for years in a renewed cycle with water he has distilled 3 times. This is the time of the moon and the purification of matter by femininity. The water the alchemists obtain is called alkahest, the universal solvent, the elixir of longevity that puts an end to the little work. Despite my research, I've not been able to acquire a genuine alkahest. This could be the ultimate cure, the elixir that could save my life. I don't give a damn about eternity. I just want peace. I've bought some materials. Tonight I will begin my journey towards the great work. I hope to reach the albedo, but this path is very long and very dark. I needed more light. Three graves, three names. Maria, Irina, Virginia. Oh, hello. Although disturbing, the knife had a role to play in that tragedy. It clearly wasn't art, just the fantasy of a murderer. But I can't take the knife. And that's as far right as it goes, which is unfortunate. Because son of a... Maya drawings, probably. The owner had some real education. Because Mother's phantom is right there. Electricity had become a very good friend, which became rare. I made a discovery that would very well save my life. Electric light killed the ghosts. Could death itself die? The landlord had crates full of books delivered to him. Recipes from France and French islands. A key was hidden amongst the pages. It would be extremely useful. Let's see. Tahitian raw fish. Ingredients. Serve 6. 1 pound sushi grade raw fish, diced into half-inch cubes. Half-pound raw shrimps. 2 green limes. 6 yellow limes. 2 shallots. A glass of coconut milk. 2 carrots. 1 tomato. Salt. Pepper. If needed, add some lime juice. Those 4 big carrots, 3 big potatoes. Are these actual recipes? Like, could you take this recipe book and make food with it? I was holding the key tightly, praying that it would be useful. I finally had the kitchen key. This little chunk of metal was essential to my survival. Do I even know what I'm going to be doing with the kitchen key? Where I'm going to be going? For what reason? Mother, or should I say what is left of her, seems to evolve over time. First she was very static, as if trapped in her own nightmare. Now she's moving around the house as she used to when she was blind, shortly before she died. Margaret is waiting behind the doors, where she is standing in obscene and twisted postures, inherited from her insane mind. I cannot move without fearing her claws. The skull cracked under the blade. I wanted to vomit. Whoever did this clearly had real issues with women. Oh, hello. Yep, you do your thing in there. I'm going to just stab this lady in the face with a knife. I had to throw the match away. I needed both hands. I need to get more matches. And another knife. Oh my gosh. I have a spotlight right on there. There we go. Do it. Don't think, said the voice in my head. Stick it. Huh. And I imagine we're gonna have to find a knife for Virginia as well. Where am I? Alright, let's use up another match. I still have matches in... Oh my gosh. Camera. In this corner, I think. 8 matches. Alright. I definitely feel at ease with all these matches. Alright, let's go into this opposite room and then head into the kitchen. Why is the light off? Who turned off the light? Right. She turned off the light. Let's save our game. And then proceed to the kitchen. Should we light a match? And yeah, let's grab some matches from this matchbook here. Some matches. They could be very helpful. What happened to this room while I was gone? This table used to be intact. The fire was going. $40 matches, wow. I placed matchboxes all around the house in case the electrical wiring breaks down. It really is the last thing I wish would happen. Once a meal, now an offering to flies. The kitchen was probably a lively place years ago. Hold on. Ah, interesting. The dagger was used to carve Selena before it was forcibly stuck. That piece of meat could have come from anything or anyone. Ah, more matches. Lots of matches inside the kitchen. In a pan, some indistinct shape was still warm. All right, let's light a match and grab some matches and then head back to the library. Oh my, this entire side of the room is done with. Somebody was upset. That place was too dangerous to walk without light. Huh. Okay. It would have been too easy. Ah, no, no. All right, let us adjust the light onto... Nope, I don't have to worry about adjusting any light. Just a picture, I thought, and I stuck the blade. The mechanical clicking sounded like a relief to my soul. Okay, this is an amazing shot. Like, it's amazing. I realize the inconvenience that pre-rendered cameras, like pre-positioned camera angles, give to the player. Like being able to just move the camera around is a lot easier to navigate environments, but you can make some really cinematic camera angles. In this style. Is there a light switch? Oh, hello. I guess we're not heading in that direction. Oh, wait a second. Is that a... The switch didn't do anything. The wire was probably unplugged. Shall we go try to plug in the wire? Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go... Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to go back to the kitchen. Flip the switch in the kitchen so that the corridor light is... on, as opposed to the kitchen light. Then we can head back through the library. But I suppose that's okay. There are a lot of matches in the kitchen. We will survive a trip through to and from again. Actually, if I just leave the light on, would I be able to go through, through this door into the corridor? No. That door is boarded up. So now let's head back. Oh my gosh. The problem with fixed camera angles. Why? That took me a lot of energy to remember the name for. The problem with fixed camera angles is movement related to the camera can always be tricky. Let's save our game this time so that we don't have to do that all again. And then enter the secret passageway. We're going to take a right towards the corridor. And there should be a light in the hallway this time. Actually, where the hell is the cord? That wardrobe was moved a few times, not a coincidence. Without light? Huh. Ah. Did I not? I thought I flipped the switch to the corridor. Unless it's in the middle. It's probably in the middle. There we go. The switch was handling 2 lamps, one after another. At the very least, I got the shortcut. So now I can move that. Interestingly enough, it's not just out in the open, it's also in the light. Well then, let's see where we're going now. What hallucination? We have no matches. Smoke and mirrors. What was it? Some club? Oh no, something here was definitely wrong. That letter would be useful, I just didn't know how. It didn't make sense. Was it real or was I going to wake up? That is an excellent question. What is like, because we don't even know the protagonist's name. Pieces of a puzzle, the clues we're gathering, I needed to think. Is this gonna spell out Serena? S-E-R-E-N. Who am I? The ignition was still there. I could use the lights. No. Alright, there's a bench over there. We got another A. Someone spent a lot of time cutting these letters, and it wasn't a game. Like, I don't need an L. Bloody scissors were lying on the desk. Where else would you keep your bloody scissors? Selena. And the car crash imagery has to be more than just the accident in the beginning of the game.
For an instant, I thought I was lying in a bar. That Selena was just a dream born from a whiskey bottle. But no whiskey would send you this kind of angel. She was watching over me.
All right. Let's turn on the light. Hope that reveals a save point. The switch didn't respond. Unless there are multiple parts to the switch. That I did not notice.
The press clippings were all referring to the Black Lake Wolf, some serial killer going after women in the area.
Well, let's go back to the office area. I'm going to save my game, and that's where I'm going to stop for the night. Got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.